Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be talking about affirmations. Is it bollocks? So affirmations are basically things that people tell themselves to encourage the kind of behaviour that they want to see. So for example, if someone wants to become more confident with girls, one thing that they'll do a lot of the time is they'll say, every girl wants me, even if it's not the case. But the idea is if you say that affirmation to yourself enough, eventually you'll start to believe it. And then you'll have the kind of confidence you need to get girls. And likewise with business, people will say to themselves in the mirror, my business is going to make £1 million this year, over and over and over again, until they eventually start to believe it. So this idea is criticised by a lot of people because it's seen as kind of wishy-washy, law of attraction, bollocks. And I sympathise with this. I think that a lot of affirmations are just bollocks. But I think there is a certain way you can do them that's really effective, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So, the problem with the affirmations I've just said, that I've just given as an example, is the people who are saying this, often they don't really believe what they're saying, and you can't really trick your brain into thinking that. So for example, if you were to say the affirmation like, I get loads of girls, every girl wants me, even if you don't, your brain's just going to go, no you don't, every time you say it. It's just going to be very confused as to why you're saying that stuff to yourself. However, so you can't lie to yourself through affirmations, basically. That's a conclusion that I've come to. However, you can remind yourself of things that you've forgotten. So, oftentimes we just forget certain things that's worth reminding ourselves of. And this is where affirmations are really good, I think. So for example, you could just look yourself in the mirror, and instead of saying, I'm going to become super successful, just say, I want the best for myself. Because who doesn't want the best for themselves? It seems like an obvious thing to say, but yet a lot of the time we forget that we want the best for ourselves and that we are meant to act in our own self-interest, and we get clouded by the influence of others. But if you start every morning by looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I want the best for myself, I think that has a massive impact, because it's true. You actually feel like that. And when you say it to yourself, your brain doesn't think, yeah, right, sure you do. Like in the other examples, it thinks, shit, yeah, that's a good point actually, I really do want the best for myself. So you still need reminding of it. It's not to downplay, you still need to use the affirmation to remind yourself of it. And then it's extremely powerful. Or there's a great one in The Game by Neil Strauss where he says, he uses this affirmation, if a girl comes into my life, it will be the best thing that ever happens to her. And this is quite an interesting affirmation, because while it's kind of hard to convince ourselves that we are really attracted to girls when we're not, most people kind of believe that if a girl got into their life, the girl would have that would be a huge advantage to the girl. So that's a really powerful one, I think. So when it comes to affirmations, I think focus on things that are actually true, but that you just somehow forgotten. And I think there are so many things like that, like I've just mentioned, where they're true, but we just forget about them. So, anyway guys, hope this helps. I'll see you in the next video.